In the vast sea of games out there, it's hard to stick out. Every game wants your time, and if a game isn't part of an established series, they can drift under the radar. Here are 5 PC games that should have a much bigger presence than they already have. Whether it's because they're doing something nobody else has done before, or because they simply do what they do so well. Each of these are still playable today, so check them out for yourselves and help them get the recognition they deserve. Hunt Showdown is a PvPvE extraction shooter based in an American 19th century bayou setting, and features the most horrific, grotesque, and hideous monstrosities. And those are just the people. I'm kidding. In Hunt Showdown, 12 players duke it out on sprawling maps, racing to hunt down enemy bosses and fight over bounty tokens they leave behind. With 3 futuristic Crisis games under its belt, it's incredible that Crytek has crafted such a precise, rewarding shooter with guns pulled straight out of Civil War documentaries and Western films. It's the most inventive, intense, and unique competitive FPS on Steam right now, and yet it only attracts around 17,000 daily players on PC. Maybe this game didn't do so well because you can shoot dogs, but that's just speculation. Hunt definitely deserves to blow up like a good old barrel of TNT.
Nice, Boom.
You go ahead, I'll block this one.
We Were Here was a game that some people ironically were not here for. It's an excellent co-op campaign about escaping from a castle full of puzzles. The entire We Were Here series are some of the best co-op games on PC, and the first one is completely free. Castle Rock is chock full of head-scratching escape room puzzles, and being required to communicate by walkie-talkie to swap clues while separated is a friendship-testing twist on puzzling. We Were Here is perfect if you're really hungry for co-op games, and they've done well enough for developers Total Mayhem to have made 4 of them, but they're not nearly as well known as they deserve to be. Genuine co-op campaigns feel hard to come by lately, so if you've played It Takes Two or Man of Medan, this should be next on your list to try. So grab a friend, preferably a smart one, and try and escape from Castle Rock.
By the icy deep.
If your friend is less of a prison escapee and more of a KeyWe running a post office, then say hello to KeyWe. Everyone loves the chaos of trying to plate dishes under a time limit in Overcooked, but we guess sending mail as a KeyWe bird was maybe a bit too tame. This co-op focused game is easy to pick up and play with a friend. Each level has you hopping around one room, trying to complete tasks and avoid obstacles. If you complete the level well under the time limit, you get more currency to spend on cosmetic unlockables, which include things like aviator glasses and a suit of armor. KeyWe's simplicity and room for disaster within its increasingly more complex levels is exactly why it's a great game to flip on with a friend over Discord. More people should pick this one up, especially if you've squeezed Overcooked dry. If KeyWes with no opposable thumbs or arms can deliver your post in the morning, you can have a think about playing this game. Honkai Impact 3rd is an action RPG with an Evangelion-inspired storyline that makes Genshin Impact look like a Saturday morning cartoon. Genshin Impact wouldn't have existed without Honkai Impact 3rd, and Hoyoverse's older gacha game features similar third-person combat with arena clearing abilities and character switching, but this game is wrapped up in a more adult storyline. It's still a gacha game, so it's understandable why it hasn't nearly exploded in the West, but its level-based structure allows for its combat to be satisfying way earlier than Genshin Impact's combat, and you don't have to engage with its gacha mechanics as much to have fun. It's far from perfect, and still fundamentally predatory like a lot of gacha games, but doesn't pester you about it quite as much as other games out there. This might be one of the other reasons why it's not seen as much fame as its Zelda-like counterpart, and if you can stomach the gacha, you'll see that it's an example of Hoyoverse's strongest and most satisfying combat system. At least before their other game, Zenless Zone Zero, comes out. Escape Simulator isn't that old of a game, but it seems like people forgot it's out there. It's a first-person escape room game full of intricate puzzles and drops you into a room that you have to solve your way out of. The puzzles range from simple maths problems to obtuse pictograph translations. In some ways, it feels designed for you to have some friends around to bounce ideas off of. I did an escape room once, and I've been trapped here ever since. There's a demo available if you want to give it a shot before you buy it. In it, you can see how much of the game is interested in forcing you to keep a track of every little thing that surrounds you. The timed levels can be a bit annoying, but once you get used to the language of its puzzles, it's not hard to figure out what you need to do before you have to restart. The game even has a level editor if you have some ideas for puzzles yourself. It's the kind of game that you can keep going back to for a while, and it's a little surprising that more people don't have it in their regular rotation of games to play. And those are some under the radar games you should definitely check out. Just like me, they're begging to be in the spotlight and could do with some love. I've been Maheen Kassor, and do let me know down in the comment section below which one of these games you're going to check out first. Remember to like and subscribe to PC Gamer's YouTube channel. See ya!